Damn, I had a song. Oh, hey, we're looking weird. Yeah, do you see the screen? Do you see the I'll sing us through this. What's the song that I was singing from Hercules this morning? Oh, go fuck. Shit. I can't remember it. It's over. Damn. Damn. I really can't remember the song. I remember just one weird part, and it's not even gonna be cool in context. But hey, is this how we're keeping it with this weird cut? Can we zoom out a bit? Okay, true, true. Well, hey, I'll intro it since I gotta dip out here. It's gonna be mainly a parse face night for you guys. Yo, look, Ananya's in an
Dude.
undisclosed location. Yeah, yeah. Bobby might pop in on some cam. You'll see, G. But look, what is up, and welcome to another episode of Better Than Cable. We are here with you this week. J-Treb from the Miseducation Music, and we got Parse from the Nevaland podcast, as well as Bobby on the boards. Ananya's not with us, but he's with us in spirit, G. Thank you all for tuning in. This is going to be an episode where I have to dip out really, really soon. But before I dip out, G, what is up and how have you been, Parse? Like, what is going on with the drops? You weren't here. Which did you miss last week or did you miss the week before that?
Yeah, I missed last week.
Yeah, I was about to say, so I haven't even
So
talked to you in like a week, which is crazy because I have to
yeah,
dip so
yeah.
soon. But yeah, man, how's it
Yeah, dude.
going? How are the drops?
It's been good, dude. It's been good. I've been dropping. Hopefully, we'll drop something this weekend. I'm pretty free this weekend, so a video will definitely come out. I didn't
Hey,
drop it. I
hey,
didn't drop it past 2 weeks because I've been so busy. But yeah, we're back at it. We're back at it.
hey, back at it, go crazy. I finally figured out my first video for my video a week series. Because I'm trying to
Oh,
figure out
nice.
scripts that I don't have to take 2 weeks to research. That is the hardest thing for
Yeah,
me. I keep finding topics that are too deep, and I'm like, you can't do that feasibly by the first week of October. So I
yeah,
switched it up,
yeah.
and I'm almost done with the script. I'll low key say it on here, like for anybody who's watching on the Better Than Cable channel, where we are streaming tonight. I'm dropping a video about why you wanted Beats by Dre. That's the title
Mm.
of it. Yeah, and that one
Okay.
played well for SEO. So we'll see how it goes. I gotta get a
Yeah, hell
thumbnail
yeah.
together.
Because
But
I did want Beats by Dre at some point in my life.
that's what I'm saying, man.
So
The over-ear headphone craze starts at Beats. Name a popular headphone before Beats. Don't name the Apple EarPods that came with everybody's iPod for free. Like
okay,
I'm talking
yeah,
a name brand headphone that everybody unanimously knew before Beats.
yeah, dude. Beats were in, man. Beats were
You
it.
can't think of it. And then they end up getting bought by Apple. It's a crazy thing. I found
Yeah.
out so much stuff within this video. It's insane. Like the amount of money they spend on marketing, how much the actual raw materials cost will blow your mind. And just things like that. So that video is going to be coming out as my first one in the video a week series, where I'm literally probably just going to sit on my couch and shoot the whole thing holding a microphone. There's going to be a lot of videos and shit cut in front. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I finally came up with that idea because I'm trying to get on top of it. Other than that, though, make sure you all are checking out Nani's content because he's not here to plug it this week, but he's been dropping some dope UFC content, man. Like he is coming at it every single day and he's going crazy, like more views and more views. So make sure you all check that stuff out. I gotta dip out of here. You all can dive into the topics for the day. Have a great episode. I will see you all next week. I'm so glad we did not break our streak.
Facts, facts. All right, see you, Josh. All right, Bob. It's just us now. It's just me on the screen. Just me on the screen. It's all good. It's all good. I guess I'll hold it down, man. I'll hold it down in the meantime. Um, so where do we want to start? We got a few topics here. We can, I guess, yeah, go ahead. What was that? Yeah, I added these. Yeah, let me.
Bobby, you need to add an input for yourself in OBS because we cannot hear you on YouTube at all. Like you're just muted.
Oh shit. I'm just talking to myself.
Audio visual prompts. I was listening to the episode, right? Like I just put it up on YouTube and I was like, this is really just Parks talking to himself right now. Okay, deuces guys. You're good.
All
I'm
right,
glad
thanks.
I watched
Wait,
it. I'm
stay for
glad
a
I was
second.
watching.
Stay for a second. Is it better?
I'll tell you one
Like, it,
second.
it should be better.
Yes, you are coming through
Yeah.
now perfectly. Hell yeah.
Okay,
There you go.
awesome.
Okay,
I was like, it definitely should be better at this point, but my bad, everyone. I exist. I'm here. Let's talk
All
about
right.
the
Yeah.
XR
So
glasses.
yeah, the XR glasses, dude. These are actually pretty sick. So if you watch the video, basically it's like they're called the Vitur XR glasses. They have like a screen on the glass lens itself, right? So
Okay.
you put these on, and it's like a large scale monitor in front of your face. So it's sort of doing what Apple wanted to do, right? Where they're gonna put a giant screen, but they're putting it in reality. From what I'm understanding about this, this one just looks like it always looks like the same size device, like in front of your face. It's always gonna have like a big screen in front of your face, so it's almost like a replacement for a TV, but through glasses. If that
Okay.
makes sense.
Is it so? I've seen a few glasses like this, or similar to the concept before, where it's like the
Yeah,
lenses, and the way it works is it has displays on top of the lenses, and then mirrors reflect them down onto the lenses. Is that
yeah.
how this one works, or is the screen directly on the lenses?
And this one, it seems like the screen's just directly on.
Okay, because
Let me
that
let me
is a
take a look
thing.
at it again,
Like you
because
can make a see-through LCD screen.
yeah, that's what it seems like. Because from back, it seems like the screen is kind of like further away from you, so maybe they are using some kind of mirror in there, but it seems like it's directly on there. So I'm not completely sure. Like it looks like it's on there if that makes sense. But yeah, dude, I just thought this was interesting. Like I feel like this market is going to heat up with like knockoffs of what Apple's trying to do, because everyone wants to get in, like get a piece of this money right now is what I'm thinking. Okay, can you hear me, Bob? No clue if Bob's there. I guess I'll keep talking, dude. But
Can you hear me?
yeah, yeah, there we go. Now I can hear you.
I am so sorry.
Uh,
Okay, technical audio issues. Um, no, Josh, I'm still here. I'm still here. It's going bad at the moment. We're working it out. Um, no, but my thing with those glasses is they need like a lot of software support to be there,
mhm.
because you're not going to be walking around watching a TV, right? So what's the point of them? Well, then you
Yeah.
probably want like information to be popping up, or kind of like a HUD type thing that might be giving you directions on where to go.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
and with that, it's a lot of work to get that set up in a way that will work seamlessly on a device like that, that also has to be light and can't have a big battery. And
Yeah, exactly. And I don't like, I'm highly doubtful that this device leaves the house. I feel like this is
okay,
like an indoor device, is from what I saw. It's like I doubt this battery life is that long. I
yeah.
actually didn't even see how much the battery life is on this, but I doubt it's that long because yeah, it's so small. Like we saw that Apple had to have that external battery pack. Like that was crazy.
But like that's what you
Um,
need. Have you ever
yeah.
seen the Quest devices?
Yeah, I've seen it before. Like they're just massive. Like they have the battery
They
like on device.
and Apple knew that that's a problem. Like
Yeah.
you get limited wearing that because of how heavy it is on your face. Because
Hmm.
I do have one, and it's just like that's the really taxing thing about it. It's not even the screens or like having to deal with motion sickness or anything like that. It's the fact that as you get into using it, you run into an
Yeah.
issue with being able to see correctly, uh, which is unfortunate.
And how bad do you think like motion sickness is? Like is like the worse the device, like the more motion sickness? So you think like
Yeah,
potentially this could have more motion sickness kind of things happening?
Potentially. So I actually don't think this would have very much motion sickness at all. Because the thing
Yeah.
that causes motion sickness is typically that you're seeing something other than what your body's feeling, right? And
Yeah.
in a VR headset, you are only seeing that thing, but in this application, you're seeing that thing over everything behind it. Like there's not much
Yeah, it's just
isolation.
an
So you'll
overlay.
be able to keep
Yeah.
horizon and everything like that, and you'll know like, oh, I'm not actually moving. So I actually think it would probably be a little better in terms of motion sickness. But
Mhm.
typically, what you see that mostly affects motion sickness in the VR devices is the actual refresh rate of the monitors. So the slower the
Yeah.
refresh rate is, the worse motion sickness will be on it because it'll look even less lifelike.
Yeah, that
And
makes
it
sense
creates
because
like stuttering and other problems.
yeah, I guess in VR, like the entire environment is moving around you rather than this is just like a stationary screen that kind of just looks far away and it's just like
Yeah,
overlaid on your environment.
and I've seen some cool prototypes in the EU. There's one for a what's it called? There's one for a contact lens that does a similar thing. That one's like it is very advanced because it's a screen contact, but it's like the
Yeah.
90s, like green display, green, and it's not very dark, but it's like the green text you'd see on like a monitor in an airplane type of thing. That's kind of what it makes me
Hmm.
think of.
Yeah, and I just saw that they were looking in for a way to like charge these contact lenses through saline or something like that, which was pretty crazy. Like you can just put like the saline solution in your eye and then that charges the contact lens.
Um, I that would be awesome. I would be scared about what a saline solution that could charge something would do to my eye while it's in there.
That's also true. Yeah, like how
Um,
strong is that saline solution?
well, like, what's it doing that it can charge something, and how is that a good
Yeah.
thing to be in my eye? Josh has a good point though. He was saying that the screen, like the Apple Vision, would be much more like a iPad on your face, and this device is more like just a screen. Um, so the thing about that, I guess, do you know, is it like, does this device have to be tethered? Like, is it powered by your phone or is it doing onboard processing?
Yeah, I think this thing does need a tether. So
Okay.
basically it says lets you display games, phones, laptops, and more.
That's
So
what
my
a
guess is
lot of
like
these type devices I've
you like
seen have
AirPlay it,
been.
you know. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's like what a lot of these type devices that I've seen have been. Absolutely. Um, it's much more
And
like
yeah.
you have to tether it to your phone and you always have a phone plugged in, which
Yeah, and
causes a
I wouldn't
problem.
even
But
mind that. You know what I'm
well,
saying?
then you have the
If
cord
that
running.
connection is seamless, right?
That's
If the
fair.
connection's actually seamless, I wouldn't even mind it because like yeah, the phone can just do all the processing, but at least I'm seeing like let's say like a movie theater size screen in front of my face. Like I wouldn't mind that kind of experience. Like that seems interesting, but I'm wondering like how well is this thing actually delivering that? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah. And then my other question too would end up being, well, how hard does the phone have to work to run this? Am I sitting here
yeah.
losing more than half my battery to watch a 20-minute video?
Yeah, yeah.
Because it
Yeah,
has to
exactly.
render the 3D space that it's being displayed in. So
Mhm.
it might not be the worst thing, but it definitely could be for running on the phone if they don't do the right job.
Yeah, yeah. Like there's a bunch of questions with this. I think like we'll have like the same questions with like every type of VR coming up now. It's like what's going to happen with the battery basically? Like is this thing going to overheat? Is it going to die in 10 minutes? You know, how's the usage on it?
Yeah. And is this one for sale like right now or is this a expected product?
Let me actually see. I'm not sure if it might be it. So
Because
this guy
I
has
have,
yeah. What are you
or I
saying?
was just gonna say, I've seen like a few of these that were like concepts, but they weren't like readily
Yeah.
available.
XR glasses. Let's see. Yeah, you can buy them right now for $439.
Okay, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, dude, and they don't even have like, um, they seem like they don't even have a cable or anything. They're all in the glasses. Let's see how much the battery life is while I'm here. XR glasses. Yeah, they have an adapter for your phone, for your iPhone or something like that. So they looks maybe you can hook your phone directly, seems like.
Yeah.
Yeah, so compatible with iPhone 15 and 15 Pro directly. So
Okay.
yeah, 15 Pro directly. So
That's, I
interesting.
think, how you'd want it to go.
Yeah. See text specs. Here we go. Now I can pull them up. Features. Yeah, so 120-inch 3D capable virtual screen in 1080p at 60 FPS and 55 ppd. Do you know what ppd is?
PPD,
I'm not
pixels
complete.
per degree, maybe?
Maybe
That's
something
the
like
only
that.
thing
With
I could
built-in
think.
directional speakers. So color changing film. So Vitira XR glasses unique electrochromatic film lens, brighten and dim as you need.
Okay.
So like basically that's for the environment. Looks like they have some kind of changing film so they can like make it brighter or make it
Yeah.
like darker or whatever. And then it's compatible with virtually any USB-C, Android phones, iPads, even Steam Deck. Interesting.
Okay.
All right. So there we go. And then this thing is weighing about 78 grams. So how much is 78 grams? Is that a lot?
78 grams is a decent amount.
Two,
Definitely.
two
It's not a
ounces.
ton, yeah. But for glasses, I mean, is the key
Yeah.
thing to remember too. They're on your face, so it is gonna like it is pretty light, but it's definitely not just normal frames.
Yeah, it's pretty good though. Like 2 ounces. So that would be like an eighth of a pound.
Yeah, yeah, just
So
about.
that's not terrible. And that's just I'm guessing all battery basically, like and a little bit of the display. Yeah, I think that's pretty decent, but I'm wondering like $400, is that worth it? That's my question.
Well, my thought then is, well, is it actually like, does it have a battery if it's that light? You know, is it just using phone battery? Because that would be interesting too.
Yeah, maybe. So it has this USB connector cable. I'm wondering, I still don't get if you need to hook it up or you don't need to hook it up. All right, there we go. Bob's on camera finally. We got him.
I'm here.
All right. I see your camera thing.
What do you
If
mean?
you remove that, there you go.
What do you mean you see my camera?
Yeah, but I'm not completely sure if you need to plug it in or not, but it seems like you might need to. That's all I got from that. So maybe it is
Okay.
eating some of your phone battery too.
Yeah, no, that's interesting then. Yeah, I would definitely try
Yeah.
something like that out though. It would be something I'd be interested in trying.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like one day I would just need to convince myself, like drop that, $460 or whatever, and then just test it out.
Yeah, yeah. It's $460 is expensive.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's not like you would just like buy it on a whim. I feel like I would want to try these out somewhere. But like that's the thing. A lot of like stores like don't like Best Buy doesn't do this kind of stuff. Like they should do this like where they have like random like just XR experiences and you
Hmm.
can just walk in somewhere and try these things out. Because I don't know where like you can't try anything out before you buy it. All you can do is like watch the video for a lot of these things.
I think that's part of the problem with VR too, and I think a lot of people know that now. Well, not a lot of questions that I think Apple knows that, and I think the vision you'll just be able to walk in out or try it. I think a lot of people
Yeah.
have vision just off walking in there and trying it one time.
Yeah, dude, I'm sure Apple's gonna make you like schedule an appointment or something like that to use it. But yeah, you could definitely Apple will definitely do them. That's why it's gonna be cool when they do it. I'm guessing they'll do it like how Microsoft used to do it in their Microsoft stores too. They used to have that VR headset in the front. Um, what was that? The HoloLens, right? Something like that.
HoloLens, yeah, that was
Yeah.
Microsoft. So it wasn't VR, it was AR. So it was the same. It was like a clear lens, so you still see everything around you, but then it would like overlay screens and controls and different surfaces. And you could do like Minecraft and have it build out of your floor.
Yeah, yeah. Bob, you're coming in like crackly, at least to me. I don't know why. Are you coming in fine on the other side?
I don't know. Let me see. I can't like listen to it now. Everyone can see. Oh, that's funny. Let's go here. Is that any better?
Yeah, talk now.
Yeah, is that any better? Do I
Yeah,
sound
yeah, that's good. That's good now.
less crackly?
That was weird. Okay, yeah. I don't know
Yeah,
why
I
that
don't
was
know
weird on my side.
why that was being all crackly, but okay. Yeah,
Yeah, it's good now.
continuing. Since that sounds like it's working. Um, and then so yeah, that's it's a cool idea. I uh I definitely think we'll get there eventually. I don't know if this is it just yet, but
Yeah, I know. We're definitely far from it and I actually wanted to talk about this. I talked to one of my TikTok friends. We were live one day and he was just like, "Yo, I used like the Apple Vision Pro and it's like just barely better than the he was saying barely better than Meta's version. Well, that's the Oculus, right? The Oculus
which one? Because
or
there are
like the new
like
one.
The Meta Quest Pro.
Yeah, the Meta Quest Pro. He's because he's like a VR um, engineer or whatever. So like
Okay.
he literally works with these devices and builds games on them. So he's testing them out for gaming. Uh, but yeah, he was saying like the Apple Vision Pros, like the UI is definitely better and the eye tracking is better, is what he said.
Yeah.
Like those for sure are a lot better. But in terms of like the game experience, they're pretty similar, is what he told me.
That wouldn't surprise me because once you're in a
Yeah.
game, it's less of the eye tracking and software and more of just playing the game. And the screens
Yeah.
and stuff are pretty on par.
Hmm.
But that's not where I'd expect Apple to win. It would be in the software and the UI and
Yeah, and I think they're winning there. So like
Yeah.
I think maybe that makes the difference anyway because people like just the beautiful UI and if their eye tracking is really good, it'll just be seamless in the way you use it.
yeah.
So yeah, I think Apple will have the leg up anyway. It doesn't
Okay.
really matter how much better it is. Yeah.
I do too. I think they're gonna win this. I think they're gonna sell a lot of those Vision Pros, and then they're gonna release a cheaper one, and they're gonna sell a lot of those.
Um, but yeah, do we want to get to these Neuralink trials? Dude, this was pretty interesting. So just to give like general summary is like literally I'll read this text, right? I mean this tweet. We're excited to announce that recruitment is open for our first in-human clinical trial. If you have a quadriplegia due to cervical spinal cord injury or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis or ALS, you may qualify. Learn more. You can literally click the link. So that's super interesting. Like Neuralink is starting human trials, and so you can literally like apply to get one right now.
Yeah. So from what I understand, they're only taking people with spinal cord injury and like ALS or debilitating injuries right now. And I think they're using it in a way where it will connect, like it would repair the nerves that had been damaged.
Yeah.
So you'd
yeah,
use
exactly.
Neuralink and you'd use a receiver on the nerve ends where they were damaged and try to reconnect whatever area of the body was being affected by that. Which I do think is really cool, but also putting computers in our head is kind of crazy.
Dude, this is insane. This is like the beginning, man. This is the beginning. Like I don't know what's gonna happen from here. Basically, like because obviously, yeah, they're gonna start with people who truly need it. But then what happens when this thing gets so good that it can start, like helping you search Google? Now ChatGPT is connected to it, and now you don't even need to talk. You can just think about it, and ChatGPT tells you stuff. It's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah. So what do you think that looks like though? I guess that's my wondering too. So you're like, oh, it has Google and ChatGPT, but what does Google look like to a computer in your head? Is it just a voice you hear? Like, I don't really get how
Yeah, I
you
mean,
interface and like receive information from this. Do you just know things because it's there? Or?
yeah, yeah, it could be that. All right, so I can see this playing out in two ways. Basically, like in the same way you think of a thought, you can just seamlessly tap into Google, right? And so now there's just this place in your head where you think about search this question, right? And so now basically when this transceiver receives that signal, search this question, now boom, it goes into Google, searches whatever you got, right? And then it sends you back that response. And now you just know what you just searched, right?
Okay.
So it could either go like that, or you could visually see Google, right? It could tap into your like ocular nerve or whatever.
Yeah.
You could literally see Google like AR, VR or whatever, and then type it in if you wanted.
So
I
that's
mean,
interesting
which
to
way
me.
is better? Which way is better? What do you think?
I don't know. Um, I don't really want a computer in my head, so it's kind of hard for me to pick which way is better. But like, I feel like I'd want to just know things sometimes, but then I'd want to see
Yeah.
things other times.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I still think would be really weird. Like, would you have to close your eyes then to see it, or like, is it just blocking out your vision?
No, they could inject it. They could inject it into your vision somehow. Would be
But
my guess.
if they inject it, then I guess the question is like, what does that make? Like, if you inject video into my vision, can I see
Yeah.
behind it? How do I control transparency? Like that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. Like that. I mean, that might be like that. I have no idea. Like, how would they know how well you could see it and stuff like this? My guess is like they're gonna have to start. My first guess is like they would need to basically create an AI that's trained specifically for your brain, so then knows how your brain activity works, right? And then so it can analyze your specific brain signals, and then based on that, it can sort of guess how well you're seeing certain things.
Okay.
But I mean, like that seems like super high level. I've
Yeah.
no true understanding of the brain, so I can't explain it.
No, and I don't really either. And I just don't get how it's doing that. It's
Yeah.
crazy to me. To think they're putting computers in your head. And I wonder if this first one that they're doing now, I wonder if you can even like interface with it, if you even know it's there, or if its whole job is just to repair a spinal cord injury.
Yeah. It might be that. I think it literally is that straightforward right now. It's like they're gonna try to connect the part of the brain which used to control that nerve section, right? And then
Yeah.
basically pass the brain signal over, basically, right? Like over that gap wherever it's disconnected. Very interesting idea. I think they already solved it. Not using necessarily Neuralink, but they solved it in like another way. So I think that's why they're trying to use like the Neuralink for this application. I
Okay.
saw like they solved it for someone else. Like they trained an AI on like the spinal cord signals to like replicate them, and then they just patched them over,
Okay.
something like that. So I saw that it already got solved, but I'm
Yeah.
guessing like that's one reason to start using Neuralink there.
Which could be
Dude,
cool. I think
yeah.
that's like a better use for it than just people being like, let's put Netflix in your head or Twitter in your head.
Yeah. Have you seen that Black Mirror episode where they like record everything?
I don't know.
It was in season 5? Something like that.
What do you mean they record
but-
everything?
So basically like there's a device in their head, again, like similar to like Neuralink, right?
Yeah.
Which records their every single thing in their daily life. And
Okay.
potentially they could also Google stuff, but they never really Google stuff in the episode. But they mostly use it for like looking back in their own memories, basically, right?
Yeah.
So I just thought it was interesting. Like, I wonder if in the future we're gonna record everything 24/7. Like just everything we're doing, right? And then so now we can kind of go back to those states in our mind and just kind of look back at stuff. It's going to be interesting also who has access to that data, right? Is the government going to be able to, just watch us 24/7 since we record ourselves 24/7? Like that's going to be very shady.
Yeah, no. That is another reason, like, putting computers in your head is weird. I was actually thinking more along the line of, like, what the heck ads are going to come out of that? Because that'll definitely be a thing.
Yeah, dude. Dude, the ads on these things are going to be terrible. Like, I hope that Apple, like, it's Apple that continues to lead this, because I know Apple won't add that many ads. Like, Apple, they're all about like clean UIs and stuff like that, so they would never clutter like a UI experience for ads, but they would fit
sell
in.
The ad
But
info.
yeah, so like maybe like they're selling the data, in that case. Maybe Apple would sell data. Like somehow they need to make money off of this, right? So maybe they'll like now with this eye tracking data, they said they would never like that data's private or whatever, right? For the eye tracking data. I wonder though, right? So now they can track every single place your eye goes, dude. Like that's crazy. That's basically like kind of what the social media companies were trying to do. Like I remember Instagram got in trouble because they were trying to do that. They were trying to see where your eye was on the screen.
Yeah.
So they would turn on your camera and just watch you while you're on the app. Like pretty creepy stuff. But what I could see companies getting around selling the data directly is that doing something like what YouTube does, right? So what YouTube does is it gives gives the advertisers like a category. Hey, this you can advertise towards these types of people. We have these types of people on our platform. You can advertise towards these types of people, rather than giving the data to the third-party company so that they can target you in some way, right? So they're not directly giving you the data. They're just saying, hey, we have these types of people on our platform. Do you want to advertise to them? I like that aspect more, where they're not just giving out, our personal information, but
yeah,
it's still interesting.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like, I think that's the sketchy side of it, and not every company making these will be Apple.
Yeah.
So that's
something
to keep in mind too. But like even with the Neuralink stuff, like what happens if there's a hardware vulnerability? Can someone hack my brain? Like,
hack your brain, dude. That's where it gets so scary.
Options there with that, like that's ridiculous.
It gets very scary because if we look at like what like I was even thinking of like who controls what data could be injected into your brain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who is that person controlling that? And then so what kind of thoughts are they allowed to put in your brain?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Elon Musk could secretly put in this random thought, I love Neuralink and Elon Musk. Like that thought could just get injected into everyone's head that buys this thing. You know what I'm saying?
He
And
could
no one would
inject
know
the
because
thought. He could be like,
and no one would
"Oh,
know.
I'm gonna go buy a Cybertruck."
Yeah, exactly. And now this dude could make infinitely more money by just converting anyone who has this device.
Yeah.
And obviously it might be like shown in like someone could find out this statistic later and be like, hey, if you buy a Neuralink, looks like it's 99% more likely that you buy a Cybertruck or something like that, right? But Elon could make it where like only a subcategory of people actually have that thought injected, right? So it's
Yeah.
like it could be total manipulation. Dude, it could get so creepy and scary fast.
Yeah, that's the problem I have with computers and brains. The other thing is too, like, what if you get it early? Are you stuck with it?
Yeah.
Can you have it switched out? Is it you're on this version?
Yeah, no, so
sorry, at some point something's gonna be strong enough to break into it.
yeah. Yeah, dude. Because if right now we're seeing like basically like companies getting hacked like every day, dude.
No,
Literally
yeah.
every day a new company is getting hacked, and they're getting hacked like through basically human hacking, right? So they're not even
Yeah.
hacking the system. You don't
No,
need
it's
to
all
hack the
social
system.
engineering.
It's all social engineering. They're hacking like someone's personal account. They're the admin. They get the admin password from that person's account. Like it's
Who-
that simple, you know?
Who was the big one in the last few weeks?
There
crap.
was
Who
one.
was this? There was
Yeah,
a big
shoot.
one, and it was like, it was rough how they got in. Let me see here. I think I can find it. MGM.
Oh, Sony. Sony
No.
just got hacked.
MGM Resorts.
Oh, MGM got hacked.
MGM Resorts got hit after someone called their IT help desk, said they were a user, and reset the passwords.
Oh my god. Wow.
They were there. A bunch of their casinos were down for like a couple of days.
Yeah. Dude, that's crazy. Like, I remember even like the Uber hack was done by like a 19-year-old,
Yeah.
and all they did was, I think they were like searching for like open ports. They found an open port and then got access to like a dev instance, and then in the dev instance they had an admin password, and then they got into the prod account, and I'm like, dude, how are these companies having such bad security on these kinds of like insane things? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Like, they just had an admin password sitting in a.
Yeah, and a dev account. Who does
Yeah.
that, dude? Like,
And that really seems like just carelessness. Like, people
Yeah,
are like, oh,
yeah.
that's not gonna happen. And
it's
yeah,
like someone
it
was
happened.
testing something someday, but it's like, dude, even if you were testing it, you should have deleted it after
Yeah,
you tested, right?
yeah.
But someone just left it in there, just sitting there,
Yeah.
right?
It probably took them a while to find out where they got in.
Yeah, exactly. Dude. It's so interesting. Like the weakest link really is just like someone could click on a link one day. Like Mark Cuban just got hacked by downloading the wrong version of MetaMask.
Yeah.
Like I think it was like 2 days ago, and he literally just downloaded the wrong version, and right when he logged in, they drained him of all his crypto, you know. And it's like that could easily happen to someone else. Someone else could download MetaMask, and now you have an admin password locally on your laptop. Boom, that could get snatched. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's so many ways to get in to people. You have to be so careful nowadays. It's crazy.
Yeah, and spoof stuff like that is happening all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, you go to you try to type a URL, you're one letter off, you're going to get to a site that looks the exact same, but it's really just a spoof of the site.
Yeah. Yeah. And then like did you hear of that brand Temu?
Yeah, it's a
there was that
marketplace.
Yeah, so that marketplace, apparently they're basically telling people to download these apps, and then those apps would have like malicious software on them. And then so then they were like keylogging people and stealing passwords and credit cards and shit. And I'm
Was
like, oh
it
my
the
god.
company themselves, or was it just stuff
Yeah,
offered on
it
their
was apparently
store?
the company themselves was orchestrating this, and
That's
they must have
Was
been
it
making
their
money off of
app?
it somehow. Yeah, yeah.
Like their store app?
Like they were directly involved with it. Let me look. Temu.
That's interesting. Because I've seen their ads, but usually it's just for like products on their store.
Yeah, it
That's
says
wild though if they're saying like download this software and it's just full malware.
let's see, where did it yeah, so cybersecurity expert warns it's not the bargain you want. So
Yeah.
you don't want to use this place for bargains.
I wonder,
Um
is it people trying to buy software and they have a cheaper version of software, like Adobe, say
yeah,
for
so
instance?
let's read this. So you're buying goods directly from manufacturers in China, blah blah blah. Let's see, it gets worse. The team isn't unique. So it wants information captured from your phone, of course. It collects other things. So it collects your name, your address, your phone number, birthday, photos, social media profiles. Wow.
Okay.
It can even get your computer's operating system, your IP address, GPS location. So all of this stuff was getting scraped when you use the Temu app, apparently.
Okay.
Just using the app itself.
Yeah,
was
that's kind of wild.
Is a malware, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. People are just their app was malware. Like that's what it was.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even they were having people install other apps. It was just if you had Temu. Oh.
Yeah, dude. It's insane, man. Even like legit companies are hacking you, dude.
Yeah. That's
It's
I actually didn't know that at all. That's crazy.
like I think what this is showing is like our data is so valuable, but like we still have no way to monetize it.
No.
That's the problem. It's like us as people, whatever we do is highly, highly valuable to these companies.
Yeah.
But it's like we have no way of making money on this.
Well,
And that's we need to fix that somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they
There needs
literally
to
just
be,
take
like,
the data
fees for
and they
using
sell it.
people's data.
Like they literally make money by them selling it.
Yeah.
So it's like, how are we not getting in on any of this money? You know what I'm saying? There should be a way where we get in on this money.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like it's just they're monetizing your life, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. But yeah, dude, Neuralink, that thing, that thing's crazy, man. I wonder if they're gonna start
Would you
injecting
ever do
thoughts. I think if it, I would only do it if it like literally put me at a disadvantage like in society. Like let's say like everyone's supercharged with AI in their head somehow. And I'm not. I feel like maybe like potentially I could fall behind in society, then I would do it. But other than that, I would be very, very hesitant, dude, because yeah, dude, even if we think about like AI, right? End of the day, there probably will be one general AI that we're referencing, like just how we reference Google. There's gonna be one AI that we're referencing for every bit of information we have, right?
Yeah.
So then you wonder who controls that AI, who's controlling that information, right? So then it becomes like big news again, right? do we trust the news, what the news is telling us? Not fully, because obviously the news has their own agendas, right? So with these AIs, they're going to have their own agendas. And so I'm just wondering, like, are we ever going to know the real information when we're just getting it from a single source, you know? So that's where it starts getting very scary.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And just to answer that question myself too, I don't
Yeah.
think I'd ever do it. I don't think you
Yeah.
could give
Yeah.
me anything, even if I felt assigned in society. I'd be like, I don't know. It just doesn't interest me. I think there would be other
Yeah.
people like me. Like, why do you want a computer to have that directed connection to your head? Even if it's not
Yeah.
like a problem with, you know, they figured out a way to make it so it couldn't be hacked. At some point, you're going to be obsolete.
Mhm.
You know, and we get older as humans, like that
And
happens too.
I
But,
I highly doubt that no one's going to be able to hack it. You know what I'm saying?
well, no, that's the thing too. If
Yeah.
it has network access, someone's going to find a way in.
There's always, like, that's what they say, like, there's nothing that's unhackable. Like, there literally is nothing. There's
Well,
always going to be a way to hack it.
well, and things like, I wouldn't say nothing is unhackable. Well, actually, I would. So that's the better way to say it. But like, something might come out, and you might not be able to hack it for 3 months. But
Yeah.
then a new technology comes out, and oh look, it's pretty easy to hack now, because we can run
Yeah,
everything
no,
way
exactly.
more
It's like,
efficiently.
it's almost like, it's like chaos theory, right? Something's bound to go wrong eventually.
Yeah.
It might, like, you might be able to contain it for, let's say, the first 5 years this thing's out. But then after 5 years, oh, some people have the old version. They didn't upgrade yet. Oh, they can get hacked right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
these types of things could start happening once older versions are out.
No, absolutely. And like I already said too, like what's the upgrade process like for that? Are you looking
Yeah,
at multiple brain surgeries or are you just stuck? Like I think they said when Neuralink like a few years ago when they were just announcing it, they were like, yeah, if you get the first one, it's a commitment for life. It's not going to have upgrades. It's not going to be able to be removed.
Yeah. So what I've seen is that basically what they'll do is they'll put like a initial brain implant, which that piece is permanent.
Yeah.
And then the actual computer piece, that piece is going to be interchangeable. So then they'll take out like the top piece. So they'll be able to like just kind of like screw it back in type of thing, rather
that's
than you
fair,
having to do
too.
like a full surgery. Yeah.
Yeah, from what I understand is it's the like base, which is like the connectors
Yeah.
to your brain that go to like connectors to the computer. But at some point,
Mhm.
right, aren't they going to want another connector?
Yeah,
The
exactly.
socket's
Like that's
gonna
my
change,
point
the
too. Yeah.
format's going to change.
Eventually-
Even with that, it's going to be obsolete one day because they're going to find a way to use more of those.
Yeah, eventually, like, again, like it'll be like a phone. In a single year, you know, there might be enough advancement where you're gonna need a new like. There's already gonna be a new connector out,
Yeah.
and then now whoever is getting that one, they have the better connector, but you have the old one. So it's like, do you need a new one? Are you allowed to get another surgery? Like, how does that even work?
Well,
Like,
or
it becomes
can
kinda
you?
shady.
Like, at what
Yeah.
point is it like, look, you're risking death for a phone upgrade?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And that too, like it can't be numerous invasive surgeries, and at
Mhm.
some point, look, you're just gonna be outdated, and yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to deal with that either. Like when things lose software support now, it's bad, and those like
Yeah, dude,
aren't
imagine
attached to our brains. What if your brain starts
brain-
glitching? Like
Yeah.
what's gonna be the sickness where your brain gets fried because your Neuralink didn't work right?
hmm
And it just played music endlessly in your ear, and now you have schizophrenia.
Yeah, dude, that would literally be a nightmare. That would be a nightmare. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
so
imagine,
there
like,
are
it has
like
a
things
constant
that can
glitch.
go super wrong. Like repetitive things like that will drive people crazy.
Yeah.
And
And I mean, what if it fries like some of your neurons too? You know, like this thing is probably gonna be like sending electrical signals.
yeah.
What if like one day that signal's too strong and it just like fries your brain? like straight up.
It could
You
do
know?
that too. What if it's just not set up right and it does that? Yeah.
Yeah.
What if you
Yeah.
sweat a little too much? Like, what
Mm-hmm.
happens?
Yeah, like you work
Um,
out, you bang into something. Yeah, like what if
or
like
yeah, what if you damage it
you
while it's on your
fall?
head?
Yeah, you fall or something. Yeah,
You're in a
exactly.
car
There's
accident.
so many issues. There's so
There's
many like
so many
problems with
ways
this
that
thing,
could
man.
happen. Um,
There's so
and
many. Oh my
it's
god.
just it's very ridiculous, and I don't think we should mess with
Yeah,
that just yet. I
I don't
think
know, man.
like if you were gonna go down that kind of route, I think like it would be cooler to be able to not have the computer on your head, but have an interface to the computer. So like you could walk up and wirelessly control a computer, but the computer itself wasn't in your head.
Yeah. I like it more where like they would do some kind of like external brain device where they could just analyze your brainwaves. Like you're saying, is like maybe there's a device on your head where you can use that to control other devices.
Yeah.
But it's like a helmet. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's not directly in your head.
Yeah.
Like almost like Cerebro. You know, like I'm thinking of that kind of thing. Like with Dr. X or whatever.
No,
Professor
there are things like that too, where you like
Yeah.
it goes over your ear and it's kind of right here, and it just listens to your brain waves.
Yeah. I think that could get very interesting. I would like that because like then you could just hook up to like your computer and whatever, and you're controlling your computer through your brain. Like that'd be pretty fun.
And to me, that's a way better use of it because I can take it off.
Yeah. Exactly. You can take it off and it's not connected to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like there's no connection to you.
If I could just sit back here and control everything on the screen in front of me with my hands like this and just zip through things, awesome.
Yeah.
That would be so cool. But I would do that in an instant, and I don't think I'd ever touch Neuralink.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like that seems like way more practical, at least for like what we have right now. I think the only way Neuralink seems practical is like if that surgery really is seamless. Like it doesn't damage your brain in any way. I think that's the only way it makes sense.
And that's the thing too, is you can't really say that with surgery. Everyone's different.
Exactly, like any surgery is damaging something.
Away from it. Well, even not if they figured out a way to do it without any damage, right? There's no damage whatsoever. My brain's a different shape than your brain. We can't create a machine that'll have like a pattern it goes in at, because that pattern won't be right for everyone. You'd have to custom make the surgery for each person, and there's just going to be a potential for error. That's why
in
even
that
like
custom
the most
process.
Well, that's why even like today, the most basic surgeries, like I don't know, if you're getting a splinter removed, there's a chance of death because you can get an infection. Like they'll say, this surgery is expected to be like 99% successful, but there's a 1% chance you die from the surgery. Like that's still a thing. So there's no way they could get it perfect.
Yeah, dude. And it's scary, man. I don't know, like easily, like they could poke something that's the wrong thing, right? Like I don't know. It's crazy.
I would imagine it's gonna be a robotic surgery. That's becoming more and more common for open brain surgery, especially if you're doing actual things with the brain. So I would imagine it would be robotic, so you wouldn't have the risk of anyone sneezing or anything, but you'd still need someone to go in and do an MRI and set up the surgery for exactly how like the person's head and brain are shaped.
Yeah, and it's probably all going to even be automated, right? Like the doctor doesn't even need to be there. It'll set it up itself.
I think like for the surgery it doesn't need to be. But I think it would be really hard to train an AI to look at an MRI of a brain and figure out the perfect place to put probes. So I think doctors would be needed for that part. They might not be there. You know, it could be a remote thing. You just send the MRI over the internet, and doctor points out the spots and sets up
they'll
the
like need to
program.
approve it or whatever. Yeah, they'll probably need
but
to
someone
approve it.
somewhere will have to work on that for a long time. Like it's not gonna be like a computer analyzing that MRI.
I mean, maybe like if they do an AI. That's again, I think like this will all really advance. Like if we really do figure out these AI agents that can approximate what we do. Let's say like
I don't
80% of what we do.
Even if it's 80% though, like parts of MRIs, like it's like X-rays. They aren't like high contrast, and there can be tiny details that make a difference, but there can also be a hair in the way.
Yeah.
And like, how do you train an AI to see a defect on a brain, but oh, actually there was just like interference?
There was just a hair. Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, initially, like there'll definitely be like obviously, right? Like right now, there's like 100% doctor overview, right? Like I'm just saying, like eventually, like I'm guessing it would reduce, but
I do think you're right. I think it'll get there eventually. I just think for, you know, if we see Neuralink come out, it's going to be like at least the first 20 years of it being in existence. Like, I don't think we're that close to that level of AI. Like, the ones we have now still hallucinate.
No, right now we're not. No, dude, right now we're not even close, man.
Did you see the new AI that came out?
The Vision one?
No. Microsoft is releasing Microsoft Copilot as part of a feature update for Windows 11.
I saw that. Yeah, we can talk about that.
It's horrible right now.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. Apparently, it just hallucinates. I saw a video and someone was checking it out, and they like asked it to change the volume, and it was like, "I cannot control your device." And then they asked it again, and it was like, "Would you like me to change the volume? Yes or no?" And then like the third time, it like opened a Google search for volume.
Oh my god.
So,
dude, yeah, like
that one's not
guessing,
totally
like,
baked yet.
They'll need I'm guessing like they put it out so that they can collect data. It's just going to be like similar like Bing search. Bing search was pretty bad initially.
Yeah, I do think it'll be like that too. And to be fair, I think the video I saw was a pre-release. I don't think it was fully out yet. I think they managed to like get their hands on a beta update or something.
Yeah, I saw that, dude. Like that was interesting. Like again, Microsoft is putting these things out too early, basically, because they're trying to get the edge on Google.
They're taking the risk because they've been behind Google for so long.
Google caught up, man. Google caught up. Like this is showing you, like Microsoft is just putting out stuff right now.
Bard
because
good now? I've heard people ripping on Bard still.
Dude, Bard is a lot better. I would say Bard is already at GPT 3.5 for sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's as perfect. Like GPT-4 is like pretty nice, but 3.5, like Bard has got it now. Like I have the generative search now. Do you have access to that yet?
On Google?
Yeah.
Do you have to sign up for it? Because if you do, then I do.
Yeah, like I just signed up for it or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, like I got access to it now, and so now whenever I search something, I can ask Google to like generate an answer now.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool too. So it's like that is also like giving pretty good information.
So
but
that's
I would
how
say
they're
it's
going
not
about it.
Yeah.
It's a generation to like generate this answer instead of just answering as the AI.
Yeah, exactly. So it'll generate it, give you the links at the bottom, and then if you don't want the generated answer, you can just keep scrolling past and like go to the links.
Okay.
You know, like regular Google search, which is like a pretty good way to do it. It's like seamless, you know. But yeah, Google's like already getting good, man. Like, so that's why Microsoft is hella scared now. Their only cutting edge really is OpenAI. Like whatever OpenAI is doing, OpenAI is for sure ahead of everyone else. But other than that, like Microsoft creating these like ancillary tools like Copilot and stuff, Google's close. Like Google's gonna release it soon, like probably in the next 2 months.
Yeah. No, I agree. To be fair though, 2 months of having a technology released is a lot of time to build brand and make improvements.
Yeah, and exactly, and they're collecting 2 months more data faster,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
like they're able to train and make their like in 2 months, like I'm sure Microsoft's gonna
Google,
get rid of all these kinks by the time Google's gonna start with them, right? So
and Google will essentially just be stuck 2 months behind unless they can figure out a
yeah,
way to
yeah,
train faster.
exactly. And dude, yeah, like OpenAI, they're releasing that Siri kind of thing. Did you see that too?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, that thing's cool, man. So that's what I've been waiting for, man. Like, so I literally bought the iPhone 15 because I'm like, dude, now my action button will definitely be to talk to ChatGPT, dude.
Okay, that'd be pretty cool. Are you gonna make a Siri
Like,
shortcut that'll just like when you hit the
yeah,
action button, it'll just
I'm
open
I'm
it?
sure I'm 100% sure someone's making it right now. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure someone's
I am
gonna make
too.
it right now.
I mean that one,
Um,
it's a web page, right? Like
yeah,
you just
yeah,
have to have it open a web page. That would be pretty simple to get going too.
yeah. Either
It's
a web
probably
page or you have the app. They have the app too.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Um,
Also, if it's
so
just
it's like
launching
you
an
just
app.
have it. Yeah, you just have it launch that app, and you got voice command right there.
Yeah.
So, dude, it's gonna be pretty sick. Like, I'm gonna have it go Jarvis mode. You know what I'm saying? Like, set up some things.
That's what I
Uh,
want. I want Jarvis. I want to have
yeah,
like
dude.
motors on all my blinds and like motors on my locks, and I want to be like Jarvis, open the windows.
Dude, we're getting closer and closer to it, man.
Yeah.
Closer and closer. But something else cool they're releasing basically. So now, since they had this voice feature, so now ChatGPT can analyze audio.
Okay.
So it can analyze audio, and then it can also analyze images. So not video yet, but images.
Okay.
So it can generate them and analyze them. So you can like literally send ChatGPT an image and be like, "Hey, like what's in this photo?" And it'll tell you what's in the photo, which is pretty insane.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. I think I saw. I don't know if it was OpenAI that came out with it, but there was one that'll generate images pretty well now too.
Yeah, yeah. So there's like a few other companies doing it. I can't remember what it was called. I think Midjourney, that's what it was. Midjourney was the one that was generating really good images.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
like
and
they
they were
had
like
kind of the
really
upper
high
hand for a
detail
while.
and believable.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
had the upper hand for a while, but I think this is Dolly 3, which is gonna connect to ChatGPT.
Yeah.
This Dolly 3 looks really good, dude. Like the images this is creating, like
Yeah.
they're spot on,
I
basically.
actually think what I was listening to was someone comparing Dolly 3 to Midjourney.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So like those are like the top two image generators right now.
Yeah.
So it's like the fact that this is just gonna be built into ChatGPT is insane. My question is like, so apparently they're putting this out right now. People can get it for like if you're like the ChatGPT premium user. So I was like, damn, dude, like, is this gonna make me pay 20 bucks, 20 bucks a month to
Oh.
actually do this? Oh, dude, your battery died.
Yep.
Um,
I don't have another one charged. So that's the end of me.
so I wonder if they're gonna actually put out this feature for free though, eventually.
They might.
Yeah.
That's typically how it's gone with them. As soon as something becomes last gen, it's on the free version of OpenAI.
Yeah, yeah. So I hope they put this out for free, like eventually.
Yeah.
But dude, I straight up was thinking like, yo, I might pay that $20 a month right now to have this access right now, because like I don't want to use it.
We'll see. I
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd do it until it ran locally. Because that's what I want. If I'm gonna have Jarvis, I run
Yeah.
the Jarvis, and then I can make changes to it and make it accept like other connections and that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, like the only problem with these LLMs right now is they're so big, they run so slow locally.
Yeah.
It's great. Like they're
No, you
so
need
slow.
ridiculous hardware to have them keep up. That's
So like
why Nvidia has totally pivoted to that sector.
Yeah.
Because the GPU power you need for
Dude.
the AI cards essentially you need.
they're coming out with a CPU. That's how much NVIDIA's pivoted. They're coming out with a CPU that's dedicated to these AI compute
Yeah.
machines.
They don't even care.
Crazy.
Like, NVIDIA's whole thing was, for a long time, gamers and data center. They don't care about either anymore. They're like,
Yeah.
we're the leaders in AI. They have orders, crazy amounts of orders coming in for AI applications.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, literally like I'm running a machine that's hosting Llama 2 right now for work. Literally, dude, I'm using like a 4 vCPU, a 4 GPU machine.
Yeah.
And like, damn, dude, like that thing's expensive. It's $7 a day.
Oh, at least.
Yeah, dude. So I'm like, damn,
Especially if
dude,
they're
like,
like top end GPUs, they're pulling like 300
Yeah.
watts each.
so it's like that thing running, but like it runs pretty quick now, right? Like I can get a response back in like 3 seconds, and it's
Yeah.
not only creating a response, it's basically like taking documents and like summarizing them too. So it's like doing that within like 3 seconds. So like that machine's like hella strong.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, you need that strong. Like your phone is nowhere close. Your phone is weak as fuck compared to that thing,
Yeah.
you know? So that's the only problem right now.
Yeah. No, it'll be interesting to see where this stuff can go if we can get it slimmed down enough to be a local
Yeah.
application or not. Because that's
Dude.
really the way I'm going to be interested in it. And
Dude,
local computing is getting really powerful.
Yeah. It's getting powerful. I wonder if they're going to start putting GPUs on phones. Like that's going to start getting
I mean,
interesting.
they do.
Yeah, I mean they put like these like
They're not discrete, but they're
like
integrated.
yeah, like integrated versions,
but
right?
it's the same thing. They just do half the die
Yeah.
in an architecture of a GPU.
So I guess they'll just have to beef these things up. If they can actually like add, let's say 2 GPUs on a phone, like equivalent to like two true GPUs, like I think that'll be enough, maybe.
If they're
then
discrete, it would be really cool.
Yeah, because like what the problem is right now is like these LLMs are taking so many parameters. Like GPT-4 took like 1 trillion parameters. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So even if you compress that model down, how much can you compress it? Like, so there's this way you can compress them. It's called quantizing, where
Yeah.
you reduce like the number of bits, literally, right? So for some responses, you're reducing like the bits. But it's like even if you do that, you can only reduce it like what is that? Like 1/8 of the size, right?
Yeah.
But it's still massive at the end of the day.
it's
still
because
huge.
they need. Well, it's still massive, and they need quick access to all that data because
Yeah.
that's where they pull the
Mhm.
answers from. It's not. It's just so hard. It's not generating answers. It's looking up data and reciting it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
So we'll see where they get to. It's still been cool. AI is still scary to me though, but
Dude, yeah. AI, it's so interesting like what's gonna happen with it. And dude, like Amazon just invested I think like 50 million or something like that into Anthropic, which was the breakoff from Google.
yeah,
So like dude, now like we're back we're back where we started, dude. Like so Google has their own AI, Facebook has their own AI, Microsoft has OpenAI, and then Amazon has Anthropic. So it's like the 4 big players are just back in the game. They're all in the game again together. It's
Yeah.
so stupid.
yeah. So we'll have to see what ends up happening. It's kind of crazy that this industry's this wild, but it's just moving
Yeah.
so fast right now.
Dude, it's absolutely insane. I'm glad that there's not one company leading though, and I'm glad that they're all on their own asses, and that Facebook at least put these out for free.
Yeah,
Because dude, like I've literally been using them. I was like thinking of a way, like I might run my own $7 a day machine. I was thinking instead of paying for OpenAI, but it might just be cheaper with OpenAI, honestly. Like instead of running my own machine.
well, yeah, you have to get the machine. which is a lot of cost.
Yeah, versus like I'm just paying for like API calls on the other side.
Yeah, but everywhere has made OpenAI calls ridiculous. So, like, if you're calling another site or something, they're starting to charge ridiculous amounts. Like, I think you saw that Twitter was changing their API pricing. Instead of being free, it was
Twitter,
like millions for 10,000 calls.
Dude, Twitter, they're charging like thousands for, they're charging like thousands for regular people, which is insane. Who's gonna pay thousands of dollars?
It's because they were tired of AI scraping their site.
Yeah, dude, exactly. Like that's the thing with Reddit too, right? Like how Reddit had that entire purge. It's literally because, dude, Reddit must have been so pissed. Like literally ChatGPT is built on Reddit. Like that thing gets all of its information from Reddit and like research papers and stuff, right? Like so it's crazy that they lost out on all that money. Imagine how much money they could have made.
No,
it's
really.
So crazy.
And they're sitting there like, well, we're losing money and other companies are making tons.
Dude, and same with Wikipedia. ChatGPT, 100% of the, I'm sure 99% of its data is from Wikipedia.
Oh,
Wikipedia didn't make a cent from that.
100%, yeah. No, any free information on the internet, it's trained on. Anything they didn't have to pay for.
Yeah.
Scary world of AI. Should we start to wrap up here?
Yeah, I think
I was gonna try and do an outro, but to be totally honest, I don't remember what Josh says.
I don't remember what Josh says either. I just enjoy the sound of his voice, you know.
Yeah. Whenever we're getting ready to leave, he ends us out on his notes.
All right.
Do you want to fire off a quote? Should I try and fire off a quote? Do you want to tell people about things that might be coming out on your channel?
Yeah. Keep a lookout for the video coming out this weekend. Probably will drop Sunday is my guess. So keep an eye out for that. Other than that, we got the daily shorts going. And yeah, that's it, man. That's it.
Hey, hell yeah. Everyone remember to like and subscribe. I feel like that's in there somewhere. If you made it to the end of this video, you're awesome.
Like and subscribe and check out our links down below.
Yep, check out the description. Everyone's stuff is in there who has stuff. I don't have a YouTube channel, so my stuff's not in there. But yeah, Parse, you got a quote?
Yeah, dude. I got a quote, actually. Let me find it, though. Where the hell is it? I think I got it. Since beginningless time, darkness has thrived in the void, but always yields to the purifying light.